Don't let yesterday take too much of your today. कल खराब था तो आने वाले कल उस वजह से खराब कभी ना करें. Where there is a will, there is a way. Always remember this line. So, in this video, इस वीडियो का मेन मोटिव है मुझे आपको CA के कोर्स के साथ फैमिलियर करवाना. पूरे 5 साल आपको ये डिग्री के लिए मेहनत करनी है, लेकिन बच्चों को इसमें एंटर होने के बाद भी इस पूरे प्रोसेस की नॉलेज नहीं है. तो ये वीडियो आपको हेल्प करेगी इस CA कोर्स की पूरी प्रोसेस की जानकारी देने में. बच्चों को क्या पता होता है, फाउंडेशन में आ जाते हैं. फाउंडेशन के 4 पेपर हैं, इंटर के 8 और फाइनल के 8, बीच में 3 साल की ट्रेनिंग. लेकिन क्या यही है पूरे 5 साल का प्रोसेस? तो इसका आंसर है ऑफ कोर्स नो. बहुत छोटी छोटी चीज़ें हैं जो आपको जानना ज़रूरी है ताकि आप एक सक्सेसफुल और एक हैप्पी लाइफ जी सकें आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग योर CA डिग्री. तो इस वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे पूरे प्रोसेस के बारे में CA कोर्स के, प्लस आपके लिए क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ हो सकती हैं, किस तरीके से आपको अपनी ट्रेनिंग करनी चाहिए, किस तरीके से आपको अपनी स्टडीज़ करनी चाहिए. सो प्लीज़ इस वीडियो को एंड तक देखें.
Whole 5 years process of CA course. Examinations that you all guys are required to be cleared to become final CA. So here we have 3 stages of examinations. The very first stage is CA foundation, which will comprise of 4 papers. The very next step after CA foundation is your CA intermediate. In CA intermediate, here we are having 8 papers. So the very important thing which I want to tell you regarding these 8 papers is that you can give these 8 papers in 2 slots and each slot will be comprising 4 papers. Okay. So the last and final stage of CA examination is your CA final examination. This examination is going to be in the same criteria or the same pattern as if CA intermediate. In CA final also you are going to give 8 papers and you can give these 8 papers in 2 slots. Each slot will be comprising of 4 papers. Okay. Moving on to next. Steps for CA degree. These are few steps for CA degree. कहने में few steps हैं, but these are very important and hard-working stages to become final CA. The very first stage is your CA foundation. In this slot, you have to give 4 papers, which I have already mentioned in my previous slide. After clearing your CA foundation, immediately get yourself registered for CA intermediate examinations. In this, you are going to give 8 papers and each slot will comprise of 4 papers. The very most important thing, even after clearing any one of these slots, you can undergo CITSS training, which is of 1 month. In this, 2 kinds of trainings are being given to you. One is to improve your overall personality, your communication skills, your personality, your stage fear, everything is going to improve in this kind of training. And the second training, which will also be of 15 days, that is to improve your computer skills. The basic knowledge regarding Tele, regarding your Microsoft Office, everything will be provided in this training. These 2 kinds of training is basically for the motive to start your 3 years of horticulture. The most important thing which I want to mention here is you are eligible for articleship after any one group cleared of CA Inter. So it's a very good benefit to all those who are not that much studious, but it's a very good opportunity to clear at least one group and get yourself registered for CA articleship. And in CA articleship, now in these 3 years of articleship, after completing your either 1 year of articleship or either 2 years of articleship, again you have to give practical training tests. These practical training tests are basically to test your knowledge, to test whether your articleship in whichever field you are getting is up to date. Either you are getting a good exposure, either you are eligible to handle offices, either you are eligible to handle the laws, taxes, either you have appropriate knowledge. Okay, so these training tests are basically to test your knowledge, your practical training which you are getting in these 3 years of horticulture. Okay, now before coming up to the CA final stage, you have to again go through from a 1-month training of advanced ICITSS. This advanced ICITSS is same as you have undergone in the 3rd stage of ICTSS training. In this you will be learning improved or advanced computer techniques as well as advanced techniques for personality development. Now after this you are eligible for CA final examinations. Even after 2.5 years of horticulture, you can give your CA final exams, and rest training of 6 months you can complete after your CA final exams. Okay. Now the most important slide, horticulture. The very common question among students, regular horticulture versus dummy horticulture. Now I have made some of the merit points as well as demerit points for both of them. Okay, so guys, the very first thing is your enhancement of practical knowledge. In regular horticulture, when you will be going to office, you are obviously getting the practical knowledge which you have covered in your CA intermediate exams. Whatever you have read in the books, whatever knowledge you have gained through books, you are going to see them practically in the office, like how the things work, right? Like you have studied in CA intermediate taxation exam, you are going to study regarding the ITRs, like types of income tax return. So like different kinds of ITRs you have studied or you are going to study, etc, GST, ITC, whatever you are going to get the knowledge from books, you are going to see them practically. You are going to see them like how to apply them practically. There is a huge difference between just reading books and applying them practically. Okay, and that you don't get in dummy horticulture. You just get bookish knowledge. Okay, but yeah, in dummy horticulture you get much of time to clear your CA final exams. Like you can attend the huge duration classes, you can solve many questions, you can revise many times. Okay, but ultimately it depends upon you, like either you give your 3 years to both of the bookish as well as practical knowledge or just to your bookish knowledge. Now the second point is worth of 3 years. Just highlight this word worth and just highlight this word wastage. Worth, why I'm saying worth of 3 years? Guys, even after getting CA degree, after your CA final exams, you will be, you will get some of the, actually it's not some of the, you will get huge respect after getting your CA degree. You're going to get a huge respect after getting that degree. And your relatives, firstly your relatives will come to you for different kind of advices, like please tell me like how I should invest, how should I save tax, how should I maintain my books, whatever, for any of the purpose they will come to you, and you are not even have the knowledge of basic questions like how they can save tax, the very small thing, because you don't know, like you haven't filled any ITR, how can you just give advice to save tax? It's sounds very silly, because there is a huge difference between bookish knowledge as well as a practical knowledge. And there is a time limit, obviously, in every field. Either you are giving any government exams or you are going for a CA degree, whatever you are doing, there is an age limit that you have to clear your exams on that time. Plus you should have knowledge also, because ultimately the knowledge matters. Now the third step, more dedication towards exams, leniency towards exams. Guys, whenever you are going to join your horticulture, you will see like your principal is is like a strict boss. Even in the huge companies, the boss doesn't that much strict. That seems to be in horticulture. But obviously, this situation will vary from office to office. In some offices, principals are very frank, they are very friendly, they share your personal problems also. Okay, but in some cases, they are very strict. They don't even allow you to come 1 minute late. Okay, so this will obviously depend upon the nature of that person and office to office environment. But the most important thing which I want to cover here is whenever you are giving your 8 hours to the office from 10 to 6 p.m., if you are giving 8 hours to the office, you will be more dedicated to board exams. After coming from the office, you will be like I have to watch my lectures. Next day, again, I have to go to the office. So whatever time I get, I have to study in that. On Sundays, you will be more dedicated towards studies. And in dummy articleship, you will be like I have 2.5 years. I can study anytime. I can open my books anytime. I can take lectures. I can sit in the night. I can, etc. etc. Plans will be there in your mind, but nothing will going to happen till the 1 month remaining for the exams. Then what you going to do? This you already know that leniency comes in a nature, like whatever the work is there, if there is so much of time to complete that work, leniency always comes our way. So I think if more dedication you required, please give and devote your time towards horticulture. Successful CA. CA with just degree holder. As I have already mentioned, even after getting your degree, if you don't have the knowledge, like you don't know about the some of the minor sites like income tax return site or GST portal, there will be you should be ashamed of your CA degree then. Because after just giving your 5 years of, that much of hard work, your precious time, even after getting that degree, people will just say that he doesn't know anything. How he just cleared his exams, God knows. And that thing will gonna pinch you a lot. Now the fifth thing, the most important thing is your personal grooming. Just highlight this point, personal grooming. In office, when you're gonna enter, at least for 1 year of articleship, you will not even learn that how to talk to a client. You will learn how to file GST returns, you will learn how to file income tax returns, how to go for ROC filings, how to go for internal audits, how to go for any bank or stock audits, any kind of reports, how to make any kind of reports, etc. etc. you're gonna get, but you will not able to get like how to talk to a client, how to attract a client towards you, how to gain his confidence in you. That's a personal grooming. Okay, in the 1 year, you can't even learn this small thing. By step, even in 3rd year of articleship, you will get little bit of confidence like how to talk to a client. Okay, so this personal grooming is only possible with articleship plus your ICIC TSS training which the ICI provides. Okay, and in dummy articleship, people always have lack of self-confidence while speaking on stage, while speaking to any interviewer, while speaking to any of the clients, they always have lack of self-confidence. Okay, so these were the points which I have personally experienced as well as saw many of my colleagues doing and suffering from these kind of demerits, those who are doing dummy articleship or drop their articleship in between. So I always prefer students to go for regular articleship. So guys, this was the whole 5-year process of CA course. Here I am providing some useful sites to you, which is very important from stage 1, that you should be familiar with these kind of sites and students, even after registering themselves for CA Foundation through his friends suggestions, they gonna send them links and all. Even after that also they don't know about these sites, because they just click on the link, get them registered, done. After that, if someone asks them like what are the sites, they don't even know the name of the sites. This is not the way. You should know each and everything in depth. So for registering yourself for any of the examination like CA Foundation, CA Intermediate, CA Final examinations, firstly you have to get yourself registered on ICI website. This is the link. And next, the very most important is your SSP portal. This is basically your profile in which you are getting all your records updated, like which kind of exams you have cleared till yet, which kind of training you have undergone, how many months you have done your articleship, how many months of articleship training is left. This is basically your profile, SSP portal. Next is your ICI TSS training. This is the link from where you have to get yourself registered for this kind of training, either for advanced, either for ICI TSS training. Next is your practical training test, which I have already mentioned in my previous slide. Like you have to undergone through practical training test, like how much of exposure did you get, how much of knowledge you have gained in your articleship. These kind of training tests test your practical knowledge. So this is the site for that.
This was the whole course of CA. So अगर आपको ये वीडियो हेल्पफुल लगा हो और आपके सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स क्लियर हो गए हों तो इस वीडियो को प्लीज़ लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब करें मेरे चैनल को, प्लस मुझे इंस्टाग्राम पे फॉलो करें. माय इंस्टाग्राम आईडी इज़ lively orator. अगर आपके मन में कोई भी क्वेश्चन है, यू कैन कॉन्टैक्ट मी.